Hated it, so I felt like it should belong to me. That said, the companies felt otherwise.
Wait a second. Did Beyonce and Jay-Z actually know what went down with Prince? And could it really be tied to him turning down Roc Nation? Sit down for this one, because it's about to get wild. Reports say Beyonce and Prince weren't nearly as tight as fans thought. They had serious tension brewing behind the scenes, and Jay-Z was right in the middle of it. Rumor has it, Prince was even afraid of Beyonce at one point, and whispers claim Jay-Z's name keeps popping up in talks about his mysterious passing. Remember when Nicki Minaj accused Jay-Z of taking her money and trying to silence her with an NDA? Well, people are now saying the same exact playbook was used on Prince, except this time, there was no NDA. The story goes, they allegedly took things to a whole other level just to keep him quiet. Right before his shocking death, Prince was reportedly in the thick of a legal fight with Jay-Z over his music masters, and some folks believe that battle was the spark that lit the fuse. Before that, Prince had already gone toe-to-toe with Warner Brothers over the same fight for control of his masters. Like every time he took a stand, someone tried to play him and snatch his money. On April 16th, 2016, Prince posted something online that still gives fans chills to this day. It was a close-up photo of him with a haunting caption, "Just when you thought you were safe." And here's the eerie part. Only 6 days later, he was gone. They claimed he died from a fentanyl overdose, but come on, people aren't buying that anymore. Too many strange details, too many unanswered questions. Now with all the talk resurfacing, folks are convinced there's way more to the story than what we were told. Even before the man's body was cold, reports say Jay-Z had already offered $40 million for Prince's unreleased catalog, planning to make it a Tidal exclusive and cash in big. The timing? Way too suspicious. Prince had just passed, and Jay-Z and Beyonce were already plotting their next money move. Unbelievable. Reports say they weren't wasting a second, jumping straight into action to see how they could profit off his legacy. Not only did Jay outbid every other offer on the table, but the couple even went as far as flying out Prince's sister Tyka and her husband Morris Phillips to New York for a secret meeting. The goal? To convince them to hand over the rights to his music. Word is, Jay also wanted permission to stream Prince's older hits on Tidal, hoping to cash in on those emotional memorial streams fans give right after an icon passes away. But get this, Tyka wasn't fooled for a second. She saw through the game and refused to sell, shutting down their entire plan.
Hated it, so I felt like it should belong to me. That said, the companies felt otherwise.
Instead of taking Jay-Z's deal, Prince's family decided to sell to UMG, and they didn't stop there. They reportedly sent Jay-Z a fiery letter calling him out for trying to profit off Prince's death, and they even dragged him to court. Why? Because Jay had already uploaded Prince's older tracks to Tidal without getting approval from the estate. Can you believe that? Roc Nation had zero rights to use any of Prince's music or intellectual property, yet they allegedly did it anyway. Now here's where it gets even deeper. Before all this mess, Prince had already fought Warner Brothers over his masters and finally won in 2014. But that victory came with a cost. It made him paranoid and deeply distrustful of everyone around him. He wasn't just worried about people stealing his art or money, he feared they might actually come after him. Sources say he beefed up his personal security big time, moving carefully and keeping his circle tight. He wasn't taking any chances.
It also really concerned me because it made me think that, wow, so you mean you do all these things to take care of yourself and you die so young?
Rumors have been swirling that some powerful insiders wanted Prince gone just so they could snatch up his estate and turn his legacy into a money machine. At first, Jay-Z's name wasn't even in that mix. But soon enough, people started giving him serious side-eye. Things got murky fast. Remember when I mentioned Prince's estate suing Jay-Z? Turns out that was only part of the story. The deeper you dig, the shadier it gets. When Jay first launched Tidal, he pushed the idea that it was by the artists for the artists. Sounds noble, right? That message got him major names like Nicki Minaj, Rihanna, Alicia Keys, and more to invest and grab a small stake in the company. But here's where it gets sketchy. Prince didn't invest at all. Yet somehow, Jay-Z and Beyonce allegedly convinced him to sign a contract that gave Tidal the rights to stream his album, Hit and Run. People say he didn't even realize what he was signing until it was too late. The plan was simple, or so it seemed. Phase 1 of Prince's album would stream exclusively on Tidal for 90 days before hitting other platforms. But as time went on, Prince started realizing that Jay-Z was just as greedy and money-hungry as the execs he'd spent his whole career fighting against. People close to him say that's one of the biggest reasons his estate later refused to sell anything to Jay. By the end of his life, Prince wasn't vibing with Jay-Z or Beyonce at all. Letting them control his music after everything would have felt like the ultimate betrayal. And here's where it gets even messier. While most of his direct dealings were with Jay-Z, insiders say he was also quietly beefing with Beyonce behind the scenes. He only agreed to the Tidal deal because he trusted her, and allegedly, she used that friendship to help convince him it was the right move. Beyonce had always called Prince one of her biggest inspirations, and if you remember, they shared the stage at the 2004 Grammys. But behind the glitz, rumors say Beyonce didn't even want that performance. She was supposedly pressured into doing it and just played along to keep the peace. Prince had actually been excited to perform with Beyonce. He admired her talent. But once they hit the stage, things took a turn. Beyonce nearly outshined him, and the crowd wasn't having it. People accused her of trying to upstage a legend, and the backlash was brutal. So what did she say in her defense? She blamed it all on her infamous alter ego, Sasha Fierce. In her own words, she said, "With me and Prince, I was terrified of working with him. Walking into rehearsals, I was just so overwhelmed and nervous. That moment became one of the most talked about performances of her early career. After that, things reportedly got awkward between them. Prince began to distance himself, realizing Jay-Z wasn't much different from the record execs he'd been battling at Warner Brothers, and the trust he once had was gone. If anything, Jay-Z turned out to be even worse than the record execs Prince had fought before, and the fact that Prince was found lifeless in an elevator just 6 days after posting that eerie Instagram message makes everything feel way too suspicious. Fans can't shake the feeling that his overdose story doesn't add up. Many believe something darker went down, that he was silenced, and the fentanyl claim was just a convenient cover-up. People online say if they couldn't profit from him while he was alive, then taking control after his passing was the next best move. That's a chilling thought. And then came Jay-Z's freestyle after Prince's death, where he rapped, "Prince left his masters where they are safe and sound. We are never gonna let the elevator take him down." That line sent chills through the internet. Fans called it tone-deaf and strange, with one person commenting, "I was confused when they said Prince died of a fentanyl overdose. He was always so careful about what went into his body. The mystery only deepened from there." People close to Prince all said the same thing. They never saw him touch drugs. The only thing he ever took was prescribed medication for pain, and even that was carefully monitored. Those who really knew him swear he would never have taken fentanyl by choice. One fan even said, "That man didn't die from a fentanyl overdose. He was deleted." The suspicions just keep stacking up. So now the question is, what do you think? Could Jay-Z and Beyonce have really played a part in what happened to Prince? Or was he targeted because his music was worth more than his silence? Drop your thoughts in the comments because this story is wild. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and hit that bell so you don't miss the next one. See you in the next video.